Hello, you're watching Notes from Alex. The cartridge for my new fountain pen finally ran out, so I'm going to take the chance to film me trying to use this refillable cartridge and refill my pen. So you can watch along and see how hard or easy it is to do this. I had got a fountain pen originally because I didn't like all of the pens I was throwing out. It's a lot of plastic that had gone to waste. And one of the YouTubers that I watch was going through different fountain pens, and because I don't like the big fat pens for drawing with or anything like that, I thought it would be good to try something like this that's a lot more simple. It has a really cool thin handle that's just the same thickness as the pens I usually draw with, but it still looks a bit fancy, and I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, so this needs to be refilled. And I suppose before I do that, I should probably put down something. Just in case I make a mess. Here we go. So let's take a look here and see what we can do. So this is definitely empty. The ink that it came with, I was not a super big fan of. It was not quite black. So I'm hoping this Parker ink is a bit better, because I did buy a whole bottle of it. I should probably get some ink samples to see what I like best, but I ordered this little thing from, oh great, we've got the sunshine coming in here. Let's fix that. So I ordered this from Amazon, and it's a little refillable, I don't know what you call it, anyways. So we're gonna try putting that in, and then you just refill it from the bottle. So we'll try it. We'll see if it works. Okay, so this is kind of a, ooh, oh, that's cool. Look at that. So when you turn the end, little plunger sucks it up. So I think that goes down with the ink. So let's do that. Does that screw in or anything? I guess it just sits in there. And then that'll go back on like that. So it does fit in there, but it seems a bit wiggly to me. Don't know how that's supposed to sit in the pen. Just have to, there we go. All right, so I had to squeeze that a bit to get it to sit in there really nice and solid, just like I was popping in the other previous cartridge. So now I should be able to, oh yes, there we go. All right, so put that all the way down. Now we're gonna open up the jar of ink, and I'm probably gonna want a paper towel for this. Well, I've got a cool napkin, so that'll make it more fun. All right, so let's open up this ink. Try not to make a mess of this. Ooh. if you can see this, but it's got a beautiful tinge to it. Almost a slightly indigo tinge. I hope it's blackety black. This is supposed to be black ink. And we'll see how it goes. All right. So we've got this all the way down. I'm going to put the nib in here. Now I'm just going to turn this little plunger. It's not doing anything. Maybe I'm not doing it right. All right, let's try it again. All the way down. It's in there nice and tight. Maybe I have to put it deeper in there. That is, oh, got some ink coming in there. There we go. I think it's working. Oh yeah, look at that. Got ink coming up in that. I feel like a 21st century person discovering 19th century technology, or maybe 20th century, but it seems kind of slightly ridiculous. All right. There's definitely ink in there, although there's a bit of a gap. Maybe if I... Oh, no, oh, it stays pressurized in there. All right, we'll go with that. There's definitely ink in there. So if you can see, the suction has pulled that ink up in there. And my nib is not terribly gross. So let's clean that up. Give this a little wipe. Ooh, full of ink. Screw that back on. All right. And let's get some scraps to write on here. See how it works. Oh, right away. All right, writing over top of this part of this construction paper is not the best feeling. Cool. That was much easier than I thought it would be. And we have successfully refilled the fountain pen. You can see my interesting handwriting right there. It worked. Oh, that was much easier than I thought it would be. I have to say, having one pen that was maybe $20, and I think this little refill cartridge maybe cost $3 or $4. I'll have to check. But I looked online and saw what other people had used for this type of pen, and it was very simple. So that's definitely how I feel about that. This ink is actually much nicer than the ink that it came with. It is a true black here. I can see that. I don't know if you can. Let's see if we can get a little bit more light. We got the sunshine that's coming in. But that's definitely a truer black than the cheap cartridge that the pen came with. And I think I barely even touched the giant well of ink that's in this bottle. I have to check my prices, but I think it was maybe $15 for this giant bottle of ink. I mean, it doesn't seem giant in comparison to my hand, but this will last, I don't know how many refills. So I got this pen, I guess, about a month ago, and since then I have used that one cartridge and just ran out last week. So I think if a refill like that lasts me a month or less, this bottle of ink is going to last me years. I think that's a fantastic thing to do, especially if you draw a lot with pen and are going through a ton of ink. You can get different pens that have different types of nibs. This one is a very fine nib. Not super fine, but it's a fine nib. I think it says medium on the listing, but it's, I think, what they call it Japanese medium, which is generally a fine nib according to sort of North American pen nib sizes. And it's not scratchy at all. Yeah, sure, you can hear me writing on here, but that's pretty much standard with this. It's nice and firm. You can get a slightly thicker thickness if you press down hard. I tend to write quite lightly, and it doesn't have any skipping or problems with that. So yeah, I'm really happy with the refilling here and with my new fountain pen. So you got to see part 2 now. The only thing you do want to keep in mind if you do have a fountain pen is the ink does dry a little bit slower than with a standard pen. Ballpoints, you don't have to worry about that. Gel pens, you do. But yeah, you can see I do have a bit of ink on my hands, but that looks pretty great. Well, I'm very pleased with that. So thanks for watching, and if you have a favorite fountain pen or ink, please let me know in the comments and tell me about it and where you got it. I'd love to hear about what you're using, especially if you like to doodle or journal a lot. A cheap investment of, you know, maybe $20, $40 that could last you for years seems like a pretty good deal to me, and I'm really enjoying that so far. Well, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know you're following me. And if you take a look in the description of my channel, you'll see a link to all of my socials there. So I have an Etsy shop as well as a blog and website and a Facebook page. So check me out there and say hello. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.